What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we've got three more fragrances from a fragrance haul that I wanted to cover separately because these are all specifically Carolina Herrera fragrances, with one being a bad boy flanker I've been wanting to get a hold of. This is Dazzling Garden, the purple bottle. Supposedly a more sage-heavy take on the DNA, I don't know. Then the skateboard-looking bottle, 212 Heroes, and 212 VIP Men, which I have been wanting to get for several years now. These are both testers. That's why they're in white tester boxes. I've been meaning to get this. A vodka note, gin, just like this crisp, fresh, spicy, boozy kind of thing. It's always seemed like an interesting fragrance to me. I've been wanting to try it. I actually have a few more flankers from this coming in. So I figured we'd start with the base DNA, check and start checking out some flankers, because there'll be a separate video with two more VIP fragrances coming. But we're going to check these out. See what's good, see what's mediocre, see if anything was just, probably shouldn't have bought that because I won't wear it. Who knows? But stay tuned. So I feel it's only right to start with the bad boy flanker with Dazzling Garden. I do have most of the bad boy fragrances at this point. My favorite being Bad Boy Cobalt. That is not a secret if you've been following along on the channel. This is definitely going to be a fingerprint magnet, but here we go. Gloss metallic purple and gold with a little hit of black on the top. Give it a spritz and see what we're working with here. Again, I know it's going to be that like spiced vanilla, cacao, chocolatey kind of smell, which very much so, and I do get the sage. That's what my understanding is. It's a more kind of, part of me wants to say bluer take on the original, but because both Bad Boy Cobalt doesn't really smell all that much like Bad Boy, so it's kind of its own fragrance. I get that chocolatey smell of the original's DNA, almost with like a touch of Eros sprinkled in there, the way the sage comes across. Tonka bean sweet, touch of powder. Very versatile for being a sweet fragrance. Typical modern designer sweet. I could see some not caring for this. Redundant in the line, sure, but there's a difference here. This is a fresher, more daily wear appropriate twist on Bad Boy. Still smells like Bad Boy, but the original, I think, so much more of an evening, cooler weather fragrance, where I think you can get away with this one in slightly warmer settings, daytime, even more appropriate than the original. Still a good evening fragrance, but yeah, it's loaded with this sweet aromatic smell, basically is how you can look at it. Super original? No, very much not. Smells like a rebalancing of the original formula, which a lot of the flankers seem to be, which isn't a bad thing. But I can see where it'd be a little too redundant for some to pick this up. So I'm not wowed by it. I'm not floored. It is a good fragrance, though. It smells really good. And I'll definitely wear it. It speaks to my taste. But let's cross-reference these notes.
A few minutes later.
2023 release. 7.6 out of 10 on 8 ratings. So not loaded with ratings. Parfumo doesn't seem to have a full note breakdown. Looks like they changed the website a little bit as well. So unfortunately, we're going to have to go elsewhere for a note breakdown, which is wildly disappointing. So main accords of warm, spicy cacao, fresh, spicy, aromatic, vanilla, sweet, amber, citrus. I don't really get much citrus. A little bit, okay. But it makes sense. It's really not super warm, though. Decent ratings here, but we're talking about white pepper and grapefruit. The mids, clary sage and vetiver. The base is cacao and tonka bean. You get a lot of the base right away. It does smell really good, but it's I would call it more of a fresh, spicy aromatic than anything else. Powdery vanilla, a little chocolatey. Nothing groundbreaking here. 7 out of 10 kind of stuff. It's a very good fragrance, but I don't see this wowing anyone unless you haven't smelled any of the other versions. Then you'd be like, oh, this is really good, and might make you want to explore more of the fragrance line. But if this is your introduction into Bad Boy, yeah, it's a good one. It is a good one. but it's very similar. It's a slightly more aromatic, slightly fresher take on the original. So if you have the original, you definitely don't need this one. But if you're a big fan of the profile and you want to explore it to its fullest extent, which is what I'm doing, then yeah, you might want to get your nose on this one. But it's a very good fragrance. It's definitely not their best one in the line. And if you have the original, it's going to be super redundant for you. But Dazzling Garden, 7 out of 10. Okay, let's go with 212 VIP Men Vodka Accord. I've always thought that was interesting. That kind of distinctively stands out to me. So here we go. 212 VIP Men. Been around for many, many moons at this stage. Magnetic cap. I like the bottle that much more already. Atomizer's pretty well lined up also. Decent atomizer. Love the magnetic cap here. I'm digging the bottle. Decent aesthetic. Okay. Does have a kind of clear liquor thing going on here. Not spicy like I thought it would be. I was anticipating spice. And I'm not saying that won't come in more, but there's almost like this muted sweet fruit, citrus, juicy citrus smell, a fruitiness that lacks sweetness, like a fresh fruity smell. Super watery, like super, super watery, fresh. I almost want to call it an aquatic because it's hard to distinctively say what vodka smells like, right? This is like super fresh. I was thinking more of an evening fragrance. Hell no. I mean, I'm not saying you can't wear this maybe summer evenings, you know, warm weather. Yeah. But much more of a daytime fragrance than I anticipated. I like this. This is very fresh. Not special, though. Gotta say, not special. Let's look up these notes.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
2011, been out a while. 7.8 out of 10, 220 rating, so pretty highly rated. Sweet, fresh, spicy, fruity, leathery. Top notes, finger lime, black pepper, and mint. The mid is vodka, apple, and ginger. The base is tonka, amber, kingwood, and leather. All right. Now, for sweet being the number one accord, I would assume it gets sweeter as it dries more because it's not super sweet. I would say fresh, fruity, and spicy being the three main accords in the opening and the top part of this fragrance. As it dries, maybe the darker elements will come out more, but it must be the apple note mixing with finger lime that I'm getting that's giving me this citrus, fresh, fruity smell, but it's not a super sweet fruitiness like you would typically get from an apple note. It's starting to smell like apple more and more as it settles down, but this is, and look, not super spicy. A little touch of spice, like this black pepper and ginger even, not dominant, not like I thought it would like grab me. This is actually quite the pleasant fragrance, but it's not awe-inspiring either. And even though I can't pinpoint something else that it smells like, it doesn't strike me as special and unique either. Because when you see that note breakdown, I mean, that's part of what drew me to it was the note breakdown. I was like, that's got to be unique. Yes and no. Yes and no. Because it doesn't remind me of anything specific, but it also doesn't come across as groundbreaking and original either. But it does smell really good. It's a super easy wear. That's a little misleading with the notes versus what I'm actually getting. This is another one that I think is just a 7 out of 10. It's a very good fragrance. It's just not special. It's not captivating me the way I hoped it would based on the note breakdown. But again, it's a very good fragrance. I do think it's very good. It's quite nice as an easygoing wear, but I wasn't looking for an easygoing wear. That's not what I thought I was getting here. I thought I was getting this wildly unique, boozy, spicy fragrance that had kind of like this cocktail hour, happy hour, early evening kind of feel and vibe to it. And I'm not saying this won't get more of that as it dries down, but it's not what I'm getting here. Not now, anyways. So, yeah, still a very good fragrance, just not as good as I was hoping. 7 out of 10. So far, nothing crazy. Couple of very good fragrances, but no greatness here yet. So let's see if the skateboard bottle has anything to say about that. Here we have it. 212 Heroes, the skateboard bottle. Atomizer style, similar to the 1 million fragrances. We are going to go right here on the lion's face. Big, wide, misty spray. Now, what I can recall is this is probably the lowest rated on the internet among these three. I don't remember exactly, but watch this end up being my favorite. I just have a gut feeling here. That's spicy and like, is that absinthe? I want to say there's absinthe in here. That smells like a dominating absinthe, boozy lime smell. Astringent, spiced. This is the most interesting of the three. So my gut was leading me in the right direction here. Still not a wow, you know, not like, oh my God, this is the one. It's another one, it's at least very good, but it's the most unique of the three. I gotta say, the other two are super easygoing, you know, very nice, easy to wear, easy to like fragrances, just not what I was really anticipating. This one's got something different about it. This one's at least interesting, I gotta say. And not just because of the gimmick bottle, because it's clearly a gimmick. It's a skateboard, you know. I do like this one a bit more than the other two. Let's pull these notes up.
12 seconds later.
Okay, 212 Heroes, 6.2 out of 10, 24 ratings, not highly rated. The lowest rated of the bunch. Sweet, synthetic, spicy, woody, fruity. Pear, ginger, geranium, sage, leather, musk. I get more spice than what this would dictate. The ginger here is like a really spicy ginger. Pear, that's that interesting oddball fruitiness. It's super fresh. It lacks the sweetness. They list sweet as the main accord once again, and I don't find it to be that sweet of a fragrance. This is sweet, the sweetest of the three. I don't think these two are all that sweet. To me, anyway. This has definitely gotten a little bit sweeter, and this is getting better as it settles, but Heroes is the one. This is unique. Okay, I get some mintiness here. It does have this weird, like, absinthe smell to it. I could have swore that was in here, because it's got this, like, limey, boozy smell to it. This pear and ginger, sage, geranium, leather, musk. The leather might be what's attributing some spice. I don't know outside of the ginger what else could be it, because it's spicier than the note breakdown would lead you to believe. If just glancing at it, I'd be like, it's not going to be that spicy. It's decently spiced. While it's not another, you know, it's not a mind-blowingly, like, just sheer greatness type of fragrance, it is the most interesting of the three, I think, anyways. Definitely the most interesting. I'm not going to say challenging wear, but it's not the easy wear compared to the other two. The other two are much more easy wear, everyday kind of fragrances, I think. This one gets a little bit of a bump. I think 212 Heroes is still a very good fragrance, but 7.5 out of 10. Again, nothing special here. But when you compare it to the other two, it's definitely the most interesting of the bunch. And I like it quite a bit. I think all three of these are great daily wear fragrances as long as it's not scorchingly hot outside. This is getting more vanilla powdery sweet. And that cacao and a little bit of a leathery smell is coming out more with this, but it's still actually quite fresh compared to the original. These are all three very good. None are really special, but they're all very good fragrances. Just a recap: Dazzling Garden from the Bad Boy line, 7 out of 10. 212 VIP, 7 out of 10. 212 Heroes, 7.5 out of 10. Well, that's my first impressions on these three new to my collection Carolina Herrera fragrances. I'm starting to dive into Carolina Herrera more and more. And I have more VIP flankers coming. I have VIP I Love New York and VIP Smiley coming, as well as VIP Wins, the green bottle. So I have 3 more VIP fragrances coming to check out. I want to explore these a bit further. So far, like I said, all of these are very good. I will put some use to them. I will wear them over the next couple of weeks. Maybe they'll captivate me more and grow on me, but they are far from, basic, boring, and I don't like them fragrances. Again, I think they're very good fragrances. There's just nothing super special here like I was hoping for. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. How many of you have tried any one of these three, and what do you think about them? Do you feel about the same as me? Do you really like them? Do you really loathe them? Let me know down below. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of these three from Carolina Herrera and you give them a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. You never know. Have a good one, guys.